My precious children, today I have an urgent and very important message for you. Tomorrow may bring challenges you never imagined, and I want you to be prepared to face each one with faith and courage. In this video, I will guide you step by step, showing you how to find strength and hope, even in the most difficult moments. I will share truths that can transform your life, and at the end, I have a special surprise that I prepared with much love for you. If you truly love me, stay with me until the end and see what I have in store. This message could be what changes the course of your day and strengthens your faith like never before. Don't miss this opportunity. And so you don't miss any of my advice and revelations, subscribe to the channel now, like this video, share it with those who need to hear this message, and become a member of the channel to be even closer to me. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell, as I have words for you every day. And please leave your comments below. I want to know how this message touched your heart. Stay with me until the end, and allow me to continue speaking to your heart. My beloved children, tomorrow may bring challenges that will test your strength in ways you don't yet know. I know that the fear of what's to come can be overwhelming, but I want you to know that I am with you every step of this journey. When pain arises, whether emotional, physical, or spiritual, remember that I am your rock, your fortress. When you face pain, I want you to turn to me, for I am the source of all strength. The pain you may feel is real, and I do not ignore the weight it carries. But I also know that within each of you lies a strength you may not yet have discovered. That strength comes from me, and it is through it that you will be able to endure whatever life brings your way. My precious son, my precious daughter, when suffering tries to bring you down, take a deep breath and remember that I am the one who carries the burden alongside you. You are not alone in your battles. I know every tear, every pain, and every fear you face. And I want you to know that even in the most difficult moments, my strength is enough to sustain you. I know that pain can make you feel weak, but I want you to understand that true strength is not the absence of weakness, but the ability to continue even when weakness tries to take over. That strength does not come from yourselves, but from me, who upholds you with my hands. I am present in every moment, ready to give you the strength you need to face any challenge. Tomorrow, when pain knocks at your door, remember that the strength you need is already within you. It is not something you need to seek elsewhere. It is something I have already placed in your hearts. Trust in me, and I will guide you through the storms of life. I am the wind that fills your sails, the anchor that keeps you steady, and the light that illuminates the path before you. My son, my daughter, the pain may seem unbearable, but it is never greater than my ability to heal. I can turn tears into laughter, sadness into joy, and weakness into strength. But for this to happen, you need to trust in me and allow me to work in your lives. Do not flee from pain, but face it with the assurance that I am by your side, ready to give you the strength you need. When tomorrow becomes difficult, and you feel that you have no more strength to continue, turn to me in prayer. Open your hearts and allow my peace, which surpasses all understanding, to envelop you. I will be there, holding your hands, giving you the strength to keep going, even when everything seems lost. Remember, my precious children, that pain is never the end of the story. It is just a part of the journey, and I am leading you through it to something greater and better. The strength you discover amid pain is the strength that will lead you to victory. I am the one who sustains you, the one who never abandons you, and the one who promises to be with you until the end. If this prayer has touched your heart and given you the assurance that I am your strength in times of pain, write in the comments, "I find my strength in God even on the hardest days." My beloved children, when tomorrow comes, and you find yourselves in the midst of darkness that may seem unbearable, I want you to remember something fundamental: the power of faith. Faith, my precious children, is the flame that lights up the darkest moments, and it is what will sustain you when everything around you seems to crumble. Faith is not just believing in me when things are good, but trusting in my love and my promise even when difficulties pile up. I know there will be moments when fear and doubt will try to invade your hearts, but in those moments, I want you to cling to faith like a beacon in the storm. Tomorrow, if the winds of hardship blow fiercely, and you feel like you're about to be knocked down, close your eyes for a moment and turn your hearts to me. Remember who I am, the God who never fails, the God who loves you unconditionally. Faith in me is what will turn despair into hope, and uncertainty into trust. My son, my daughter, I see what you cannot see. I know what is beyond the horizon, and I know that even in the most difficult moments, there is a greater purpose. Faith does not remove challenges, but it gives you the strength to face them with courage, knowing that I am by your side, guiding every step. When fear tries to overshadow your vision, let faith be your eyes. It does not need to see the entire path. Just the next step is enough. Every step taken in faith is a step toward the victory I have prepared for you. And know that even when the path is uncertain, I am there, guiding every move, holding your hands. Tomorrow, if the darkness seems too deep, remember that faith is more powerful than any darkness. Faith is what connects you directly to me, and through it, I can work miracles. I can turn the impossible into possible, the lost into found, and the weak into strong. Faith is the key that opens the doors to my promises. My precious children, I know that maintaining faith amid adversity is not easy, but it is in those moments that faith becomes even more precious. Every act of faith is a declaration of trust in me, proof that you believe I am greater than any challenge, and I promise you that I will not disappoint you. I am working, even when you cannot see. When tomorrow seems impossible, choose to trust. Trust does not mean you have all the answers, but rather that you believe I do. And because I am a faithful God, you can be assured that the darkness will not last forever. The sun will rise again, and you will see that the faith you held has brought you to a place of victory and peace. My son, my daughter, faith is like a seed. When planted in fertile soil, it grows and becomes a strong and unshakable tree. Let your faith grow, even when the opposing winds try to uproot it. I am here to strengthen your roots, to ensure that your faith blossoms, even in the fiercest storms. If this prayer has touched your heart and reminded you of the power of faith, write in the comments, "My faith in God is stronger than any darkness." My beloved children, tomorrow may bring moments when everything around you seems lost, when circumstances may cause you to question what lies ahead. It is in those moments that I want you to trust in me, even when the darkness seems impenetrable and the answers are distant. My son, my daughter, I know that trusting is not always easy, especially when you are surrounded by uncertainties and doubts. However, I want you to remember that I am the God who sees the beginning and the end, the God who has already prepared the way for you, even when you cannot see it. Trusting in me means believing that, even in chaos, I am in control. Tomorrow, when challenges arise and you feel that you no longer have the strength to continue, I want you to close your eyes and trust in me. Trust is not just believing that everything will be all right, but knowing that, regardless of what happens, I am by your side, holding you up with my mighty hand. My son, my daughter, I see the fears that haunt your hearts, the doubts that try to suffocate your faith, but I want you to know that I will never abandon you. My presence is constant, my love is unshakable, and my promise to you is certain. I am the good shepherd who cares for his sheep, and I will never let you stray, even in the darkest valleys. When tomorrow seems daunting, remember that I am already there, preparing every detail for your good. Trusting in me is choosing to believe that even when you do not see the solution, I have already provided it. I am the God of miracles, and nothing is impossible for me. But in order for you to see these miracles, you must trust in my word, my goodness, and my plan for your lives. My precious children, trust does not mean the absence of fear, but rather the courage to move forward despite the fear, knowing that I am your fortress. When the winds of adversity blow, I will be the unshakable rock on which you can lean. When the waters of doubt try to drown you, I will be the anchor that keeps you safe. When the darkness of uncertainty surrounds you, I will be the light that guides your steps. Tomorrow, if you find yourselves in a situation that seems hopeless, I want you to trust that I am opening doors you do not yet see. The path may not be what you expected, but know that my way always leads to life, peace, and spiritual prosperity. I did not promise that you would not have struggles, but I promised that you would never be alone in them. My son, my daughter, trust in me when everything seems to crumble, for it is in those hours that I do the deepest work in your hearts. I mold you, strengthen you, and prepare you for something greater than you can imagine. Trust is what keeps hope alive, and hope is the certainty that my promises will be fulfilled in your lives. If this prayer has touched your heart and encouraged you to trust in me, write in the comments, "I trust in God, even when I don't see the way." My beloved children, tomorrow, when the day dawns, you may find yourselves facing the unknown, and fear may try to take over your hearts. I know that the unknown can be frightening, that what we cannot foresee or control can generate anxiety and doubts. But I want you to know that even when you do not know what is coming, I already know every detail, every step of the way. My son, my daughter, the fear of the unknown is something everyone faces at some point in life. But it is in those moments that faith needs to strengthen. Fear is a natural feeling, but it should not control your actions or decisions. I am greater than any fear, and it is in trusting me that you will find the peace that surpasses all understanding. Tomorrow, if the unknown presents itself to you as a great challenge, I want you to remember that I am the God who goes ahead, preparing the way. You may not know what the day will bring, but I do. And because I know, you can rest assured that nothing will escape my control, nothing will happen that I have not allowed, and everything will work together for the good of those who love me. When the fear of the unknown tries to paralyze your steps, I want you to take a deep breath and remember my constant presence in your lives. I am the guide who never gets lost, the light that never goes out, and the security that never fails. You do not need to have all the answers, for I already have them, and I am always working for you. My children, the fear of the unknown can be an opportunity for growth. It is through uncertainties that you learn to trust more in me, to lean on my wisdom, and to seek my guidance with greater fervor. When you face the unknown with faith, you allow me to do new things in your lives, things you might never have imagined. Tomorrow, if the fear of the unknown arises, I want you to remember all the times I have guided you through difficult situations, all the times you thought you couldn't make it, and yet, I brought you here. My faithfulness never fails, and I will be with you every step, even in the steps you cannot see. My son, my daughter, the unknown is not something to be feared, but rather an opportunity to trust more deeply in me. When you encounter what you do not know, remember that I am the God who knows all things. What is uncertain to you is clear to me. And because I am the God who loves you infinitely, you can be sure that what I have prepared is good. If tomorrow you feel you are on the brink of something unknown, that your hearts are racing and your minds are full of questions, turn to me. Let my peace flood your souls. Let my presence give you security. I am with you, and that is all you need to know. You need. If this prayer has touched your heart and given you courage to face the unknown, write in the comments, "I trust in God to guide me, even in the unknown." My beloved children, tomorrow may bring trials and challenges that will test your faith and strength. I know that trials can seem overwhelming, like mountains that rise unexpectedly in your path. But I want you to remember that even in the most difficult moments, I am with you, sustaining you, and giving you the ability to endure and overcome. My son, my daughter, trials are not signs that you are alone or forsaken. On the contrary, they are opportunities for growth, moments when your faith is refined like gold in the fire. I know that many times you may ask, why, or feel that the burden is too heavy to bear. But I want you to know that I will never let you carry these burdens alone. Tomorrow, when challenges arise, I want you to turn to me with confidence. I am the God who strengthens the weary, who renews the strength of those who hope in me. When you feel weak, remember that my strength is made perfect in weakness. I am here to give you courage, to support your steps, to ensure that you will not be overcome by what you face. Trials have the power to reveal the deepest parts of your hearts, to bring forth the true essence of your faith. They may seem harsh, but they are preparation for something greater, something I have already planned for your lives. When you face challenges with faith, you are being shaped to be more like me, to reflect my light more clearly to the world around you. My precious children, I know that sometimes it is hard to see the purpose behind trials. I know that pain, fatigue, and frustration can cloud your vision. But I want you to remember that I see the bigger picture. I know what is to come, and I know that every challenge you face is an essential piece in the larger plan I have for your lives. Tomorrow, if the day brings difficulties, I want you to choose to trust in me, even when you do not understand why. I want you to remember all the times I carried you through hard times, all the victories you have experienced in my presence. I am the same God yesterday, today, and forever, and just as I was faithful in the past, I will be faithful now. My son, my daughter, I know that trials may seem endless, but I want you to know that they have a set time to end, and when that time comes, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and closer to me. I do not allow anything to happen in your lives that does not have a greater purpose, that does not bring growth and spiritual maturity. When trials come, do not be discouraged. Instead, look to me, and I will help you see beyond what is before you. I will give you the perspective needed to understand that trials are temporary, but the blessings that come afterward are eternal. I am forging in you an unshakable character, a faith that withstands all storms. If this prayer has touched your heart and given you strength to face the trials, write in the comments, "I trust God to strengthen me in the midst of trials." My beloved children, tomorrow, as you face the challenges and trials that may arise, I want you to remember the promises I made to you. My promises are not empty words, but eternal covenants based on the unchanging love I have for you. In the midst of life's storms, it is my word that will give you encouragement and hope. My son, my daughter, I know there are moments when the circumstances around you seem to contradict my promises. I know there are days when you wonder if I am really present, if my words are still true for your lives. But I want you to know with all certainty that my promises never fail. Tomorrow, when the weight of difficulties threatens to steal your peace, turn your hearts to the promises I have given you. I promise that I would never leave you, that I would be with you until the end of the age. I promise that in me, you will find rest, and that all things work together for the good of those who love me. These promises are as true today as they were the moment I made them. My precious children, the promises I made are not conditioned on circumstances, but are grounded in my faithfulness. I am the God who fulfills every word, who honors every commitment. When the world around seems uncertain, it is in my promises that you should anchor your faith. My words are a solid foundation, a firm rock amidst all storms. Tomorrow, when you face difficult moments, remember that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. My promises remain unshakable no matter what happens. If the path seems dark, remember my promise to be the light that guides your steps. If the burden seems heavy, remember my promise to carry your burdens. My son, my daughter, I know there are times when it is hard to wait for the fulfillment of my promises. I know that waiting can be painful, that doubts may arise, but I want you to know that the time of waiting is not a time of emptiness. I am working in every detail, preparing the way for the fulfillment of my promises in your life. When the promises seem distant, that is the time for you to strengthen your faith and remember all the times I have been faithful. My promises are a testament to my character, to my goodness, and to my love for you. I am not a man who lies, nor a son of man to change his mind. What I promised, I will fulfill, and you will see my hand at work in your lives. Tomorrow, when fear or uncertainty tries to steal your peace, recite my promises to yourselves. Let my word be the shield that protects your hearts and the sword that drives away all doubt. My promises are the pathway to victory, and each one will be fulfilled in its due time. If this prayer has touched your heart and reminded you of God's promises, Write in the comments. I trust in God's promises and know that He is faithful to fulfill them. My beloved children, tomorrow, amidst the challenges and turmoil that may arise, I want you to hold one thing firm in your hearts: peace. The peace I give you is not like the world's, which depends on circumstances or emotions. My peace is deep, lasting, and can be found even in the midst of the most intense chaos. My son, my daughter, I know that the challenges of life can shake your tranquility. I know that worries, fears, and uncertainties can try to steal the peace I have planted in your hearts. But I want you to know that this peace does not have to be lost even when everything around you is crumbling. My peace is a gift, a treasure that resides in your soul and is always available to those who seek it in me. Tomorrow, if chaos tries to invade your heart, turn to me immediately. Remember that I am the Prince of Peace, the one who calms the storms with a word. No matter how strong the storm you face, I am by your side, bringing calm, serenity, and the assurance that everything is in my hands. My precious children, the peace I give you is a peace that transcends human understanding. It is not based on how things are around you, but on who I am and what I have promised you. When you feel overwhelmed, trust in me, and let my peace envelop your hearts and minds. This peace is not passive but powerful. It is a force that protects, guards, and restores. Tomorrow, as you face situations that seem to take your peace away, I want you to pause and breathe deeply. Seek my presence in prayer and allow my peace to flow like a river in your hearts. Remember that you are not alone, that I am with you in every moment, offering a peace that the world cannot provide. My son, my daughter, the peace I give is the key to facing life's challenges with steadiness and confidence. Do not let the worries of tomorrow suffocate the peace I have given you today. Trust in my promise that I am in control of all things, and that nothing can happen outside of my will. My peace is the assurance that, regardless of what comes, I am greater and more powerful than any circumstance. Tomorrow, if the problems seem unbearable, remember that my peace is like a shield protecting your heart against the arrows of anxiety and fear. I am the one who sustains your soul, who guards your mind, and who is always working for your good. When restlessness tries to creep in, let my peace drive it out and bring back the tranquility that only I can give. If this prayer has touched your heart and reminded you of the peace that God offers, write in the comments, I receive God's peace in my life, even amid chaos. My beloved children, tomorrow, when you face the challenges of the day, I want you to seek my presence more than ever. In the midst of difficulties and trials, it is in my presence that you will find the strength, peace, and guidance you need to carry on. I am always close to you, but you must turn your hearts and minds to me so you can feel my presence fully and transformatively. My son, my daughter, my presence is the place where you can rest, where you can leave your worries and fears, knowing that I am in control of all things. No matter how chaotic or uncertain the day may be, I am always by your side, ready to guide you, comfort you, and strengthen your souls. Tomorrow, when you encounter moments of difficulty, I want you to stop, breathe, and seek my presence. When you turn to me, you will find not only relief, but also clarity. I am the light that illuminates the path, the guide who never falters, the friend who never abandons. In my presence, what is confusing becomes clear, what is heavy becomes light, and what seems impossible becomes possible. Seek my presence in prayer, meditation, and silence, and I will speak to your hearts in ways that the world cannot comprehend. My precious children, the world around you is full of distractions and voices trying to divert your attention from me. But I want you to know that even amidst all this, my presence is constant and unchanging. When you choose to turn away from those distractions and turn to me, you find the true peace and true joy that only I can offer. Tomorrow, if the day seems heavy and difficulties try to overwhelm you, remember that my presence is a safe refuge. I am the fortress that protects, the rock that sustains, and the source of all hope. Do not let the worries of the world draw you away from me. Instead, use every challenge as an opportunity to draw closer to me, to root yourselves more deeply in my presence. My son, my daughter, it is in my presence that you will find the power to resist temptations, to overcome obstacles, and to stand firm in your faith. When you spend time with me, I clothe you with spiritual armor that protects you against the enemy's schemes. My presence is the assurance that you are never alone, that I am fighting by your side in every battle. Tomorrow, throughout the day, make seeking my presence a priority. Start the day by talking to me, handing over your worries, and asking for my guidance. And as the day progresses, turn your thoughts to me whenever possible. I am always listening, always ready to respond, always desiring to have fellowship with you. If this prayer has touched your heart and inspired you to seek God's presence more, write in the comments. I will seek the presence of God in every moment of my day. Step 10. Prayer based on the 9th topic. My beloved children, tomorrow may be a day of great challenges, where human understanding may fail and questions may seem to have no answers. I want you to remember something crucial. Trusting in me is more important than understanding every detail. You will not always have the answers you desire, and you will not always understand why things happen, but it is in those moments that trust in me must be your anchor. My son, my daughter, I know that the need to understand can be powerful, that the human mind seeks reasons and explanations for everything that happens. But I want you to know that trust in me does not depend on understanding, but on a faith that goes beyond what the eyes can see and what the mind can comprehend. I am the God who knows the beginning and the end, who sees what you cannot see, and who works in all things for the good of those who love me. Tomorrow, if you find yourselves in situations that make no sense, I want you to make a choice. Trust in me, even when you do not understand. Trust is what keeps your faith firm. It is what gives you peace in the midst of storms. It is what allows you to rest, knowing that I am in control. You may not understand why, but you can be sure that I know exactly what I am doing. My precious children, to trust in me means to hand over your paths, your fears, your doubts, and your uncertainties into my hands. It means believing that, even when everything seems uncertain, I am guiding every step, opening every door, and closing those that are not for you. I am the good shepherd, the one who cares for his sheep, who knows the best path even when you cannot see it. Tomorrow, if you feel lost or confused, remember that you do not need to understand everything to trust in me. My wisdom is greater than any human understanding, and my ways are higher than yours. When you trust in me, even without understanding, you are allowing me to perform miracles in your lives. You are making room for my grace and my power to manifest in surprising ways. My son, my daughter, it is natural to want to understand, to want to have all the answers. But I want you to know that there is beauty and freedom in trusting me, even when understanding does not come. I am working behind the scenes of your lives, preparing things that you cannot yet imagine. And when the right time comes, you will see that every detail was part of a perfect plan. Tomorrow, if questions arise and answers seem distant, turn to me with confidence. Say in your hearts, I don't understand, but I trust you, Lord. And in that trust, you will find the peace that surpasses all understanding, the peace that guards your hearts and minds in me. My precious children, before we say goodbye, I want to thank you for being here, for listening to my words, and for allowing me to speak to your hearts. If these words have brought peace and hope to your life, I ask you to subscribe to the channel, share this video with those who need this message, and leave your comments so we can continue this journey together. Now, as promised, here is the surprise I prepared especially for you. The video appearing on the screen is a continuation of this message, where I reveal something even deeper that can transform your tomorrow. I encourage you to keep watching, for what I am about to share may be what completely changes your perspective and strengthens your faith. Trust in me, my son, my daughter, and allow me to continue speaking to your heart. You won't want to miss what I have in store for you.